of what started out as a simple pickup for a DoorDasher turned into a Grand Theft Auto. As a DoorDash delivery guy went into a restaurant to obtain his order to then look back and see his car being jacked and driven down the street. But don't worry, they were able to find the vehicle nearly 30 minutes later, as it was found a couple blocks away from where it was taken. And I'm not a tattletale, but this is who did it. Out of all this craziness, it really doesn't take much to see actions like this happen in the city of San Francisco. It is here in the city of SF, amongst the action of similar acts of theft and vandalism, you'll also see scenes of active drug use, overdosings, and sellings.
Hey, bruh, what the fuck? What you want, bruh? Don't be recording all of that up in my face, bruh. Get that shit up on, bro. Don't fuck around like that, bruh.
But with all these problems in the city of SF, the city's biggest one is its increase of its homeless population. Serving as a sandbox for big corporations like Twitter and Google, it was here in San Francisco where these companies built giant buildings for workers to reside in, raising the total GDP of San Francisco to $53,456 billion by the year 2019, to only then leave them vacant and replaced by AI in the virtual working environment, due to the events of the pandemic, but also the rise of AI, thereby ultimately making the economy collapse and leaving many jobless and furthermore homeless. It is now that I turn my attention to an article that was published September 18th, 2023 from the San Francisco Standard, and it was written by a man named David S. It was in this article where it was reported that the first 6 months of 2023 was seen to be an unprecedented rate of individuals entering homeless shelters through the city's outreach operation. This period was recorded to be the highest shelter rate since the beginning of the encampment resolutions tracking in 2021. The data suggests that the investments in permanent supportive housing have contributed to the city's success in reducing street homelessness. However, despite this progress, the number of encampments in San Francisco have concurrently reached its highest total since October 2020. Moreover, David S. documented information relayed by Jennifer Friedenbach, who is the executive director of the Coalition of Homelessness, as she pointed out that the increase in shelter entries indicates that people have not historically refused shelter offers at the same rate suggested by the city. And for statistics, it can be found in this chart that the data shows that in fact fewer people attended the city's outreach operations as of the year 2023. It is in fact observing the data starting from the dates January 5th, 2021 to September 29th, 2023 to stack the amount of refused services to accepted services. In all, refused services are ultimately seen as being greater. Overall, the article done by David S. raises questions about the surge in the tent encampments. It brings on uncertainty on whether the data accurately reflects changes in the overall homeless population. This discrepancy highlights the complexity of addressing homelessness and emphasizes the need for ongoing efforts to understand and respond to the evolving challenges faced by unhoused individuals in San Francisco. So statistics aside, we now turn to the voices of individuals that make up these numbers. There was an interview made by the YouTube channel /creator Channel 5's Andrew Callahan where he goes into the many issues San Francisco faces, where he interviews a multitude of people on their perspective. Of one of these interviews he does on a person by the name of Miss J. Williams. It is in this interview that Miss J offers a first-hand perspective on the challenges faced by individuals seeking stable housing in San Francisco. Miss Williams shared her personal struggle that despite earning $2,700 every couple of weeks, it still wasn't enough for her to secure safe housing and sustain a livelihood in the city. During the interview, Miss Williams shed light on the financial realities of surviving in San Francisco. She stated that it's an estimated $5,000 that is necessary to cover basic living expenses. Importantly, she emphasized her high priority status due to her health condition, of which she has HIV. This revelation underscores the additional hurdles faced by those with specific health concerns. Ms. Williams elaborated on her current living situation, of which she lives in a single-room occupancy, also known as SRO. SROs are located in the Tenderloin area of the city, of which it is a temporary residence for individuals until they can secure alternative housing. Despite being a cost-effective solution, SROs lacked comprehensive support for residents. Occupants housed in the compact 8x10-foot rooms in the Tenderloin area are provided shelter for a limited period of 30 days. The interview thus underscores the pressing need for holistic and sustainable solutions that address the diverse challenges faced by individuals experiencing homelessness in San Francisco. Along with the residents facing unstable living and majority refusing for shelter entries, there is another problem tied into the homeless epidemic, and it is the fentanyl crisis. According to a report done by Yu Hong Jung of San Francisco Chronicle, published November 15, 2023, the ongoing fentanyl epidemic taking place in San Francisco has shown significant concerns. The mayor of San Francisco, Mary London Breed, declared a state of emergency in the Tenderloin district on December 17, 2021, recognizing the danger of the escalating epidemic. Intensified efforts by both city and state leaders were considered to curb open-air drug dealings in San Francisco. Furthermore, it has been recorded that the year 2020 marked the highest recorded death toll, surpassing 720. Although the numbers of the overdose deaths slightly decreased to about around 640 in 2021, there was a return of higher death occurrences in 2022. The report indicates a worrisome trend, suggesting that 2023 may surpass the grim record set in 2020. The urgency of the situation is reflected in the concerted actions taken by authorities to address the crisis and prevent further loss of life. Now, considering the current state of homelessness in San Francisco, I feel that it's important that the following bill called S.24 Fighting Homelessness Through Services and Housing Act should be passed. This bill requires the Health Resources and Services Administration to award grants for the planning and implementation of homelessness programs. It has the potential to counter the identified needs of San Francisco's homeless population. The 5-year implementation grants focusing on mental health, substance use disorder, recovery services, chronic health conditions, and educational and job training to address the complex nature of homelessness. In conclusion, the majority still living on the streets of San Francisco without stable rehabilitation necessities. The passing of S.24 provides a structural approach to support local and tribal governmental entities in implementing programs that can make a meaningful impact on the lives of homeless individuals and families, while addressing both intermediate shelter needs and the underlying factors contributing to San Francisco's homeless crisis.